That's almost impossible to answer, honey, because 7 years, you know, how many did I do? Does anybody know? But I have favorites. I mean, I have the ones that I remember. Therefore, I think that they were favorites of mine. Because you just go from one to the next. We did a lot of bottle shows. Bottle shows is what they called, thank you very much, Eric. A bottle show is a term they give for a show that is on a budget, on a short string. So those were all the shows that took place on the ship. And generally speaking, those were less dramatic. The scripts were of, by degree, lesser value. I loved a philosophical, theological, or scientific dilemma. I loved Death Wish. I loved the idea of Death Wish. Right to suicide in continuum. Very provocative, fascinating to me. And Janeway changed her whole way of thinking in that one. I loved all the two-parters, and I loved the end game. I loved it. That was a good episode. And I loved Counterpoint, because I got to kiss that guy. And he was wonderful, wasn't he? Mark Harlech. When I saw that actor walk on, I said, this must be a four-parter. That was great, Counterpoint. Did you all like that one? Was he deceiving me? Was he deceiving me?
Not really.
I don't think he was. I love women. I love women. All the women are going, no. All the women are going, absolutely deceiving. Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering what the most sexist thing that ever happened to you was in your career.
Sexist?
Yeah, you mentioned your hair. I wondered if that was it, or
that was it.
That was the most.
Men have never fooled around with me. That's a true story. And I used to find it regrettable. No, I used to complain about it because all of my actors' friends would say, oh, I was so harassed today. Oh, I went under the casting couch. Oh my God, oh, you have no idea. Nobody ever bothered me. There was never a thing. I never saw a casting couch. Sit down, Miss Mulgrew, you got the part, you know? It was there must be something in my temperament or my personality that says, not gonna be a lot of fun if you don't give me the part right now. So, no, I've been very lucky. But I think you ask for that or not. And I think a lot of women do ask for that. They like it, that's how they do it, that's not how I do it. So, the hair thing and the bosom thing and the vocal thing on Voyager was the greatest. And the brass standing there for a full season, you know, staring at me like this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh God, I still get hot under the, yes.
Kate, first of all, you are fabulous. It is an honor to have you here. Thank you for coming to DragonCon.
Thank you very much.
You are definitely an inspiration to everyone that's here.
Thanks.
My question is this. A lot of your colleagues that are here, some have been here in previous years, have made it very obvious that they are no longer interested in the franchise, that they have moved on. What is it about your experience? Is there something in particular that really ties you to the show? Because there's an obvious enthusiasm that is contagious.
Well, you know what it is. I say it. I say it out. I was the first woman captain. That's television history, my friend. That's a very big deal. And it will stay with me forever, and I had to accept that. So, you know, if you're playing an ancillary or tangential role, I can understand that. I don't forgive it. I've never done it in my life. Once you sign that contract, you better be there, front and center, 100%. That's the deal. Because all actors do when they're not working is complain, right? Why am I not working? I'm such a good actor. And then they get the job, and they're late. They don't know their lines, or they're complaining, right? So I think the whole thing is, are you kidding? When I got that part, I said, I'm gonna do this. I am gonna do this. And these guys are gonna be happy that I did this. And we're gonna look back on these 7 years, or at least I will, and I will say to myself, as Patrick Stewart said to me in the first week, I met him at the craft service table. He was going out, I was coming in. I said, Patrick, give me some words of wisdom. I'm filled with trepidation. I'm sleepless. I'm agitated. I'm scared. He said, don't be scared. There's absolutely nothing to be frightened of. I guess how it's going to go. Concentrate. Do your best work. And after 7 years, you should be very proud indeed. Trust no one. And he walked away. Rather sound advice, I found. Yes. Madam.
Oh, this is sort of a somber question. You might not want to answer, but
We shall see what we shall see.
okay. I know that you're Catholic, and you mentioned that one of your favorite episodes.
You know that I'm what? The
Catholic.
The captain.
Catholic.
That I'm Catholic.
Yes.
It's not as fun as being Catholic. Go on.
One of your favorite episodes is Death Wish, obviously dealing with suicide.
Right.
So I know that some, not all, but some Catholics believe that suicide is an entrance to hell. And I'm wondering what you believe as far as that and why you believe the way you do.
I think I'm going to circumvent that by answering this way. When it comes to God, I have searched and searched and searched. Last week, just before Teddy died, my spiritual confessor of 38 years, who was a cloistered Trappistine nun, Mother Columba Guare, died. I went to her bedside, I embraced her, and the last words she said to me was, love. But I remember 10 years ago when I was in a real struggle, very difficult spiritual struggle. And I went out and I spent a week on retreat. And you know, the cloister is beautiful, the monastery, because you're just quiet. But you get to talk. I mean, I got to have 2 hours with Columba every day, and I said to her, I'm in hell, Columba. I can't seem to resolve these conflicts. It's ripping at my heart. I have no understanding of my soul. I have no concept of God. My childlike faith has eluded me. I find myself in a vast emptiness. Is this what they call the darkness of the soul? Now you who have dedicated 60 years of your life to a world of silence, to the love of God, tell me, who is God? Tell me, how does God exist? Does God exist? She looked at me for what felt like 2 minutes and she said, I certainly hope so, darling. It's all a leap and a prayer, right? Suicide? Suicide? Who are a bunch of Catholics to tell anybody in abject despair that it's against the rules of their self-imposed morality to put a gun to your head and find some relief? I don't have any answers of any kind on that level, except this one. I know this. To love is all that matters. To exercise the right to love at all times. That's all we can hope for and all we can do. And if somebody you know feels suicidal, just love them. And if they blow their brains out, continue to love them. This is the game, right? Aren't you glad you asked? Next. Yes.